Alright, we are live. I assume no one is in the chat because there was not a waiting stream. So, we might want to give it a few minutes. But hello to anyone who's
Hello.
watching this.
Test.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, hello, Sunshine community, and welcome back to some late night bingo gaming action featuring Breadghost and Briguy from Team Jeff versus Schmitt and Libre versus on Team uh
Someone's
Invictus?
team. That sounds right.
That sounds right. Team Invictus. Yeah, because Libre and Invictus are on the same team.
Yeah. Apologize
Um,
in advance for this restream. It is not going to be good, but we're here, and that is sometimes all that matters. Okay. So I'm gonna let Deathline start this up because I am on one monitor and I can barely see anything that's happening anyways. So yeah. Also, apologies in advance for the cropping, constantly shifting Twitch, or what's it called? Ad block.
Custom restream.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just not gonna apologize. Live
We
live in
uh
the
we
moment.
we get what we can take, right? With VOD relaunches and custom restreams, we make things happen, all right?
Good. So for context, I'm on Mac now because I told myself I was never gonna play Sunshine again, and then a month later I played Sunshine. So anyway, let's talk about 2v2 Blackout. Me and Deathline are non-lockout fans. We've played this format quite a bit. Maybe not as much as some other non-lockout formats. Particularly triple is the main thing that everyone does. Yeah, I know my audio is messed up, but anyway, okay. In your opinion, Deathline, what's different? What's the most different about 2v2 routing in Blackout specifically?
So so really quick, just in case anyone is watching this in post or whatever and doesn't know what blackout is, it's complete the board. So click every goal on the board, all 25 goals. That's blackout. Um, Now the biggest thing, and this kind of applies mostly from lockout to non-lockout, is more of the synergy of your route than individual click like importance, right? Because like in lockout, generally you're fighting for goals. You want a specific goal. And you can't let your opponent have it because once it's clicked, it's gone. Non-lockout doesn't have that issue. So the biggest issue with non-lockout is making the best route you possibly can within 7 minutes, and then some change while you're routing on the fly. The biggest change from single non-lockout runs to 2v2 is splitting the 25 goals between two people. And you'd be like, well, it's probably a little bit easier than having to route, 13, 12 goals yourself. Not necessarily because of how many goals we have. um, the biggest problem is, in my opinion, in 2v2 Blackout is eliminating the amount of overlap you have on a team.
Yeah,
Because there's always going to be some issue where you're like, well, I have to go, three shines into pinna, but you're also going to have to go like five shines into pinna, and that's not a great idea. So how do we fix that? And that's kind of the idea. So the general current meta for 2v2 Blackout is somewhere between a 10 to 15 split, where one player does 10 goals, which is usually the slower shine progression goals, and then the other player does the 15 remaining blues and somewhat faster progression goals. Sometimes it's, 11, 14, 12, 13 splits, but within that range of 10 to 15 or within that is usually acceptable for a card.
yeah, and I think it should be noted that I believe this is not the most current non-lockout patch technically because we're still waiting for that to be approved. This because I think we removed 10 from 1, so this is still patch 3.0, I
Oh,
believe. Not a huge deal. It's kind of a
okay. Well,
debate whether or not the new patch starts until Bingo Sync approves it, but we're waiting on that.
that's out of
So
my jurisdiction.
yeah, that is we've tried we've tried so. But anyway,
Um,
very interesting card. I'm seeing 8 from 2, 10 from 1, 7 pipes. So thinking Thinking. I was gonna say Deep
Damn, there's
Pianta,
like
but I don't really.
there's like no reason though. I mean, Rad Yoshi in 3 levels is unfortunately on this card, which is one of the removed goals in 4.0.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Sorry,
Um,
these runners are gonna hate us. So, one thing of note is that 7 pipes does not necessarily have to correlate with 10 from 1, especially on this card. I don't really see a lot of reason why you would do Deep Pianta. So it might actually just be better in Serena, because if you do like Serena 4R, right, it could be hiddens, it could be pipes, you get secrets along the way, there's lives.
Bosses is on the card, so there's more of a reason to do Serena than there is Pianta here.
There might even be a reasonable like 8
12
from
Serena
2
Blues.
play with Serena, because of, like bosses and hiddens. Like there actually might genuinely be a 12 from or a 8 from 2 play with Serena involved. It's tough. I'm not really sure how to go about this card.
Problem is you still need a 3rd level though.
Yeah, there is 2 Bianco hiddens, which should be noted. So that might be a really good spot for 10 from 1, 8 from 2. I believe that is 8 shines, if I'm counting correctly.
That's 9.
Well,
No, 10.
close enough. So
9.
that'll be a good 10 from
9.
1. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 shines because you don't do Bianca 1.
Like, there's a world where maybe you do, like...
Or
You kind of have to, like, one
wait.
thing with 2v2 Blackout...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shines. I know how to do math.
Yeah, it's close enough. So one issue with 2v2 Blackout is you want to kind of minimize... You're kind of saying this, but, like, minimize the overlap at the end of the game. Like, you don't want one player to be doing more levels than the other, and then, like, the other player's just standing around. So, like, on the surface, like, part of me wants to say there's, like, a deep Bianco, deep Serena play one player could do. But that, you're doing so many slow shines that I don't think it would really be good. But it is an option.
I mean, I feel like you have to, right?
Yeah.
This is the part that sucks on this card is because like there's also lily pad, no fruit clipping, so like the Yoshi player is doing so much work here, whereas the other player is going to like, okay, cool, Rico hidden, Rico 3 floodless, defeat all 3 Goober Boobler bosses, Noki 20 blues, 6 boss shines. Like, okay, what else am I supposed to do after that?
Yeah.
So there has to be some balance in Pinna here between the teams, and figuring out. Really, the biggest issue on this card is just inherently Red Yoshi in 3 levels, and probably Gelato 100s is annoying here.
Yeah, because there's really no...
I mean, I guess you could do Gelato 200s because 4 Secret Shines and Hiddens is on the card, so there's probably a reason to do Gelato 1 here, so you might as well just do Gelato 200s.
Yeah, this is not a great Blackout card, to be completely honest with you. Like, there's stuff like, too, that we haven't even talked about, like Eel. And there's really not... The thing with Blackout is, like, it's not even necessarily always great for, like, bosses, because it's, like, you're doing so many shines, you might have, like, 5 going into Noki 2 already. Schmitt taking a fall.
3 players are opening Bianco. Schmitt went to Pianta, but unfortunately got dropped hover input or something like that.
We didn't even talk
Or dropped
about
wall jump input.
blues on this card, which are actually quite interesting. 20 from 2, 60 totals, 16 pinna.
You have 12 and 20 Noki,
Yeah.
12 Serena, and 16 Pinna. Blue's actually a pretty decent spread here. I think any player can do any goal here and it'd be fine.
Yeah, and with blues, it's like, one player, for instance, might not be going for totals, but they'll end up doing like 12 Serena just because they're in Serena. Like, I don't... Yeah, not always one player does that. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what these people come up with. These are all great gamers. Bread is a specific non-lockout like player, but I think they can all come up with something cool here, hopefully.
I do see that Schmidt is going to opt for the Pianta route. You'd still need a 3rd level, right, for Yoshi if you do Pinna 5 from the back, grab Yoshi in there, and then you allegedly do Serena 3. You still either need Deep Bianco or like halfway through Pianta. Or, alternatively, you forego the Serena and then you do the Pianta pipes and whatnot into like a Delfino pipe or something.
So So we see Briguy going to Serena, which is very interesting. So it
Okay.
doesn't seem like they're going to be doing one player doing both Serena and Bianco, just because they're in different worlds already. Briguy is having a time of his life with this Serena whenever. There we go.
It is worth noting, then this applies technically both in lockout and non-lockout, but it's a little bit more non-lockout specific. Um, when possible, it's better to do Pianta and Serena pre-Pinna as opposed to post-Pinna because of how pipes work pre-Pinna. You don't get this like overview cutscene that you normally would when you have Pinna unlocked. So it saves like 2 seconds per entry, which, not crazy, but can add up a little bit depending on how much shines you're doing.
Yeah, especially in non-lockout, because non-lockout's more of saving as much time as you can is ideal. What's good about this card, in my opinion, is that there's some things that are very telegraphed. So it's like 20 from 2 to me is like almost certainly going to be a Pinna Noki just with the bottom right goals.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 5 links, you get 3 of those in Pinna. So it's like there's certain
Yeah.
goals on this card that are very, very clearly like this is what you're going to do. Doesn't work that way for everything here, but
Notably, 35 lives is on the card, but the Pianta 5 hidden or a Serena 2 hidden that is now negligible. And there's actually like a decent reason to life grind in Blackout versus trying to pick them up as you go because it's kind of hard to get that many as you go.
yeah, 35 is a lot. That will take you a lot. Like even I like don't known for life routing usually have to do at least some grinding for that. Briguy going for the 12 Serena. You already got the Nokis, which will be important to note.
I mean, continuing on with the Pianta, notably picked up a few blues in Piantissimo, which does not help outside of anything of totals. Bread and Libre still continuing on in Bianca. Libre with a little bit of a lead. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'd route this card with a partner. There's the obvious Rico play for someone with bosses and
Ooh.
probably secrets, honestly.
So Schmittd leaving. Very interesting.
I think the best part though, I guess like on this card individually though, is 8 from 2 can be applied to like literally anywhere on this card that's not gelato.
You're probably doing 8 from 2 levels like in 3 levels.
Like Rico has a reason, Bianco has a reason, Pinna has a reason, Pianta is not a great reason, but it can be done. Serena is not a great reason, but it can be done. Noki's probably less of a great reason, but
So with Schmittd leaving Pianta after Pianta 2, I think it's
3.
actually oh, did he do 3? He might be trying to route his pipes in a very interesting sort of way. So I think he's probably going to be the pipes guy, but isn't fully doing that with Pianta. And my stream just died, so I don't know why my stream died. Just give me a sec. Hope it's not my internet. Oh, everything just froze. Okay. Things might be back, maybe. Okay. One thing I will apologize for is I'm actually doing this entire stream over Wi-Fi, which is not good. I don't have an Ethernet port in my room, so yeah, I don't think my roommates would like that, but I have thought about it many times. Briguy taking a death. Bride does seem to be having some gameplay today, just with the whenevers, and then the Serena is where he will probably have the most gameplay, especially early on. And this is an important match, so like nerves are probably pretty high. Well, that's no good. Okay. Now it's gone. Oh, man. You know what, though? It took 14 minutes before there was, like, a serious issue, so it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. The goal is, like... Yeah. Hiddens are at least somewhat favorable on this card with, like, all the, 8 from 2, 10 from 1 type of stuff. 4 from Noki even, like... Or no, it's not 4 from Noki, it's Eel, sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. So Schmittd looks to be doing Beach Shine? Beach Shine skip? Very interesting, actually. Yeah, I'm trying to, like... I guess he just doesn't have enough shines to get to his, like, next world, so he's just doing a shine. That's not good. Alright, hold on. The audio capture. Okay, you should be now.
Hello, am I alive?
Yeah.
Chat.
I think this stream should serve as a PSA that more people should do restreams. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway.
We're making it work.
Yeah, for sure. So Briguy going to Pianta now. So it seems like there's both players are both teams are going to be doing like a split Pianta Serena play for their pipes.
So it is the biggest interesting to me point now is like I'm assuming that means Bry and Libre are gonna not be the hundreds people, and that Schmitt and Brett are gonna have to hard commit into these Rico hundreds and Gelato hundreds at some point.
So Schmitt seems to be grabbing a linked. I wonder if it would have been better to get the Pianta linked in like 2, but not a huge deal.
Probably better in 1, right?
Yeah.
Post fight.
Yeah, like in the 16 Pianta Blues, like that route that's usually where, but he might be going back to Pianta anyway, or he just has a better one planned.
Looks like we're seeing a hidden here.
So what's Brett up to? Brett is also entering Gelato. Libre is also...
Interesting indeed.
Yeah, it's really hard to, like... The thing with Blackout is we're basically not going to be able to say who's doing a better route for another 10 to 20 minutes. It's kind of up in the air at the moment. Like, I'm almost wondering if Bry's gameplay mistakes are going to hurt a little bit here, but I do think they can still out-route that at this point. But I don't know. Bread's saving. Just trying to be safe, I guess. Schmitt doing beach pipe, should be noted. Oh,
Briguy continuing on with Piantissimo. Really, at this point, yeah, in the early stages of Blackout, we're kind of just seeing where people go and kind of how the routes line up. Um, Schmidt is doing more Delfino than I was ever going to anticipate for this card.
yeah. I'm not entirely sure about it, I guess. I think there's a chance that maybe Schmidt is just waiting for Yoshi so he doesn't have to do Serena whatevers. Is the only thing I can think of, because otherwise it would make more sense for him to do like the Serena shines if he's the pipes guy on the way. So my only thing I can
Yeah.
think of is like he's just maybe like has been a little bit since he's done whatevers and is just trying to get Yoshi for that, which probably doesn't lose
Guess
like
he
that
trades
much
here.
time.
Probably will trade the 10 coins that he had.
Yeah.
See, Libre is now playing any percent, 50 shines. Oh, okay, we're
Oh.
save warping. I'm in the future.
Yeah, there is like like save warping from Gelato. I believe saves like 1 second in the correct Plaza state. I don't know if that was the correct Plaza state, but it was a Plaza state.
Briguy gonna be up to 5 pipe shines after here. Bread now back into Bianca for a Bianca 5, catching up to Libre's progress, though Libre is now doing Bianca 6. Schmidt off to Pinna.
Yeah, very interesting. My guess is that Schmidt and Bry are basically doing the same thing. It's just that Schmidt wants to get Yoshi for whatever's. It's the only thing, because like Delfinos don't have any value on this card at all, which is
Correct.
actually
Yeah.
kind of rare. Usually you see one goal show up.
I mean, there's like Lily Pad that applies to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pipe
yeah.
shines, right? And you need Yoshi for that since goal.
So Bry,
Oh, my bad. Libre is doing Bianca 3 reds, not Bianca 6, but that'll probably happen after.
Bry in Pianta 4. So I wonder if there's a chance that Serena 3 is Bry's last pipe, which I guess would make sense.
Uh, I would imagine maybe a couple exit areas, and then you do uh lily pad, unless you need Serena, right, for like the hiddens or whatever.
Oh, you know what it is? Bry, I think, is the Yoshi guy. I think he's setting up Serena, Pianta, and Pinna as his three
Pinna.
Yoshis. That actually seems like what he's doing
That
right
makes
now.
sense.
Yeah.
All right, because this is 6 pipe shines for Bry, so you could just exit area out of Pianta 5 and Serena 3 if you don't need to finish the shine, and then you
Yeah.
lily pad would be the 7th.
And so I guess Schmidt's probably also doing that play still. We'll see. Um, Bry also getting links. Or a linked.
Makes sense for the Pinna player to get the links. It's their doobie blue coins in Pinna of the linked variety.
So Bry still hasn't unlocked Gelato. I assume he goes to do that now. And I guess if you're Bry, there's. Oh, that's a 5.
Spicy.
Uh, Secrets? Yeah.
I have no idea
Well,
anymore.
no, because Bread's gonna get secrets immediately.
Schmidt. Okay, good save.
Yeah, I actually don't know about this play from Bry. Oh, you know what it is too? I think he's setting up Pianta 5R for later so he can life grind.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably gonna be a little bit of overage because there's just enough to do here. So I don't think it's that bad of an idea if you're gonna be the secrets player anyways, or the
Yeah,
hiddens guy or something. I don't know.
because even though Bread is doing Bianco 6, right? I don't know if he really. He probably has Rico 4. He didn't do Gelato 1. So it's like, I don't even think Bread technically has a good fourth secret, to be fair.
True.
Oh. Briguy, fortunately dying
Okay.
there.
Libre menuing back to episode 6 for 6R. Bride taking a death.
All right, first click on the board, 5 links.
Only 24 to go for purple team.
Oh, Bread also taking a death. I feel like
Oof,
gameplay
yeah.
is happening today. Although it seems to be more on Bry and Bread's team. Some gameplay mishaps, unfortunately.
Man, Brad also goes for that. Why turn strat?
Yeah,
I'm so old. That shit scares me.
Oh, Bread, please do not die again. Watching matches when someone is on your team is a little stressful. I was I might have yelled at my phone a few times while watching Bry versus Tomato. And then I realized the stream was just delayed and that or Dex's card was just delayed on the restream and that Bry was not delaying.
7 pipes for Briguy.
Libre
That's
missing.
5 from Pianta and 2 from Serena. Libre taking a route of all time for these reds. Don't die. Okay,
I
Jesus.
think he's alright, but that required. Oh, he missed a red.
You're missing a red.
Oh. That's not the red you want to miss, I feel like. Oh.
Oh, the one in the opposite corner? Oh, no. Oh, brother.
Don't love it. Don't love it.
Okay, that should be better. Thankfully, you can hover out of this, unlike blue coins.
Yeah, that was a little tight, but he's there.
Breadghost notably doing Bianco 7, probably for 8 from 2.
I feel like Bread is just really behind Libre. I don't know if Bread did something that.
Well, Bread did Rico 1,
Okay,
and
yeah.
Libre did. Bread did Rico 1 and Bianco 7, where Libre did 6R and Jalda 1.
So 16 pin and blues clicked. I'm sure that was not optimally micro routed, but whatever, it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, it looks like Bread's probably going to save 6R for Yoshi in episode 8.
I think
Wait, that would
Bry
make
is
sense.
the Yoshi. Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe event cutscenes then.
I think it's just an event cutscene, or maybe he's the. I don't know actually.
Oh, okay. Opening Pinna, but not going into Pinna.
That's interesting because I would have assumed Pinna 1 might be something he wants. There's a good chance though he's doing Bianco Rico into Eel, and he's just gonna do the Noki 2 blooper.
True. I mean, kind of has to, right? For defeat all 3 bloopers.
Yeah, fair enough.
Seeing a Rico 2 hidden here for the 1 Rico hidden shine.
So Schmittd routing in 4 coins here for 20 from 2. Makes sense.
I don't know how many. Oh, yeah, Schmidt did trade in 10. So Schmidt's at 30 total right now. Briguy finishing up something in Gelato.
Did Gelato 1, should be noted for 4 secrets.
Gonna grab a beach shine real quick, probably just to bump up the shine count to get to Pinna.
Yeah, very interesting match so far. I feel like they're doing very similar
Yeah,
routes, but I also feel like Libre and Schmidt are played a little cleaner so far.
I would agree.
Which might be tough.
Playing good is definitely a big part of Blackout, because minimizing time waste at the end of the card.
So that was apparently Rico hidden, so I guess Bread did a Rico 2 at some point.
Correct, yes. So Brett did 1 and 2 then, while Libre did the Gelato stuff.
Okay, I guess Bread is really not that behind, if behind at all, to Libre. We're about to see a Rico 3 Floodless. Great goal.
Cannot touch the R button. Never mind. He's doing Rika 300.
Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Got to do it at some point. I don't think a Rika 1/100s really makes
Yeah, there's
sense.
no point.
I'm definitely curious to see who ends up doing the Gelato hundreds because I don't think they
I
really.
feel like Bry had a prime opportunity there at 9 shines, right, to do Gelato 2 hundos, but
Oh, that's a
again,
good
you don't
point.
want the Yoshi player to be doing a ton extra since they're doing like 3 levels already.
You know what it is too. There's a good chance that this is actually a very common strat in Blackout,
Oh,
where
true. You just push it off till the end, and whoever has the
yeah.
free time does it.
So they might be waiting for like yeah whoever's done first to do it because Gelato 1/100s is like 4 minutes. So getting ads for wheel spacers. we're not sponsored by this company. Okay.
Bry finally into Pinna now. Schmitt finishing up Pinna 3. Um, don't remember if either Bread or Bry actually picked up that many blues. Bread is actively avoiding all the blues in Rico, so I'm going to be led to believe that Bry is the blues guy
Bry
now.
is the blues guy. I do think there's a chance that like
Oh,
Bread
that
ends up
Bread.
doing the Noki 20 though.
Okay, that was scary.
Maybe. I don't know.
I see Rico 2 hidden from Libre coming up right now.
Sometimes with these blues, like the blue dodges, I do wonder if it's just faster to like get the blue and then just like mash through the text box.
In some scenarios, I would have to say yes. Oh, Bread.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
what?
was.
You didn't get
Oh,
hit!
oh,
How did you
oh,
not get
oh.
hit?
Okay, okay, okay. I got a coin out of it, so it works
That
out.
was crazy. Bro was standing in the blooper. He's like not getting destroyed.
Um, so Bry
It's
isn't
not quite hit box
Pinna.
clip.
Bry is interestingly not picked up Pinna blues yet, or at least not many. He might be waiting towards Pinna 3, I guess.
3 or 5. Although you don't have to hover in 5.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think like because he needs the links, so it's like trying to think when would be a good time. I guess 3.
Probably 3 then, if I had to guess.
Yeah. So clicks are happening. Briguy at 4 secrets. Pinna 2, Gelato 1.
Serena 2,
Sorry,
Piano
2.
5.
Okay, that works out.
Bread finishing up hundreds. Libre finishing up Rico hidden. Schmitt notably leaving after Pinna 4, not doing Pinna 5 from the back cover list yet.
Is right
Off to
Yoshi?
go grab Yoshi.
Interesting.
Might have been a I forgot.
I just hope
Or
he's not
just,
reading it as Ride Yoshi in 3 worlds, but no, okay, he's
I mean,
not.
you do need Yoshi anyways in Delfino for really bad.
Yeah, like it's not a huge deal. It's like probably like 3 seconds lost or something. It's fine. So Brad now doing Rico 3 Floodless. Bry hopefully is going to be riding in some blues here. Seems like he is. Or not. Never mind. He rided it a blue.
Libre winning the Rico 3 Floodless race. Brad having a little bit of a scare. Did Libre use the rocket?
Oh, I think he did. Yeah, that might actually be. I think we actually have to I can go back and watch real quick, but
Let me.
I'm
I can get that real quick.
okay. I'm like 99% sure I saw that, but I don't want to. Luckily, with 2v2 Blackout, right, it's like not a huge deal if you have to want to click something. In terms of
What color is that? Purple.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he used the rocket, which it's fair. Like, right, you see the goal, and if you don't play non-lockout a lot, you're like, well, that's just coverless. So
Yeah.
it happens, but that is actually going to be kind of huge, I think, for Brian Bread because it kind of bounces out some of the mistakes, gameplay mistakes. And Schmittd also making a gameplay mistake.
Dying in lily pad. So I hope Libre takes that unclick and rereads the goal. Because I know sometimes getting unclicked is not a pleasant feeling.
Yeah, it's better at least in non-lockout, right? Because it's like you're not reacting to something the other team is doing. It's not a huge deal. It's just you have to figure out where to route it in now.
Yeah, thankfully, Rico 3 Floodless is like a minute-ish, something. Like minute 15, so it's not terrible.
No, it's really not the end of the world, I think.
But yeah, kind of sucks. Briguy finishing up links. Libre finishing up secrets. Schmittd finishing up lily pad. So we're up to 6-6 now.
Yeah, pretty close game. I think gameplay mistakes have been very similar at this point. Speed all around has been kind of equal, I feel like. So, very, very close match to me.
Okay, looks like Libre is gonna take a second swing here at Floodless.
Yeah.
Should make the cycle. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things that non-lockout gets a little confused for some people, where there's some slight goal differences and changes that are only specific to non-lockout. This being one of them, where instead of Rico 3 hoverless, which is a very common goal, we have floodless, which ups the difficulty and makes you have to go all the way up to the top. Can't dodge, or you can't spray the bloopers, can't spray the wind up bees. You just have to not get destroyed and not fall off.
It's just one of those things where, I don't know, non-lockout goals are a little bit longer sometimes. But he makes it. You can click it. It is, I guess, information for Bread and Bry that they saved some time on them.
Yeah. Okay, so I saw Bry getting a whole bunch of pentacoins. Should be finishing that up pretty soon. Red and Rico 4 reds, so probably doing 8 from 2 Bianco Rico.
Yeah, and that'll also be 4 hiddens after. Well, he still needs to do the Bianco hiddens, but
Still needs a 6R, yeah.
But after that, at least. I'm not gonna lie. I almost wonder if there's like a world where it would have been better for Bread to be the lives player, just with getting hundreds and he's like doing all the hiddens and stuff, and then like at the end of the match maybe doing Bianca 100s. I guess it's something that they can keep open as a possibility.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like maybe a more experienced team can just both be routing lives at the same time, and whoever has more free time near the end can either just life grind or cycle something if they need it.
Yeah. So Libre, Rico 5, 2 to 3 bloopers.
Yep. Excuse me. Breadghost should be getting to the boss pretty shortly. Schmittd finishing up with Serena 1 here. Briguy working on pin of 4, so should be grabbing either some blues here and pin of 5 or right here on the beach after this.
Yeah, I assume he'll just get like the butterflies and.
Yeah.
I don't think he got that many blues otherwise. He got 3 in Serena 1. I don't know where he is.
I want to say Bry entered with like 11 coins.
That sounds correct. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than that, considering it's 28. Which is more than 16. Oh, Bry marked 16. Okay, never mind. I'm just blind.
Yeah, it's more about like, is he close to 20 at this point?
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
So it should be at like 17. So probably just some beach blues here on pin of 5 with Yoshi would be the best way, since Yoshi is not a hover nozzle.
Spawning the pineapple. It should be noted, due to a rule change requested by M. Larvitar, that you can use hover on the beach, technically. You just can't.
Is that official?
Yeah.
I thought we still had no hover period for this shine, since it's not a secret.
I thought he requested it and I changed it because I was still mod at the time, but I could totally be misremembering this. So I don't know. Write your local bingo moderators a petition. Anyway, he did
And this
not
is why we
hover.
need a unified rule set.
Yeah. Anyway, he didn't hover, so we don't have to worry about any controversies. So we're good.
Libre finishing up Rico 4 reds for 4 hiddens. Looks like Breadghost doing Rico 6 for 8 from 2.
I gotta say, this match is so close, and they're doing such similar things that I cannot reasonably say who's like in the lead right now. Like this is a neck and neck match currently.
So Briguy has rode Yoshi in 1 level. Schmittd has rode Yoshi in 0 levels
0
so far. We see Bread going back in to Rico.
So I guess this is his 10 from 1 spot.
Also 10 from 1. Okay, that would make sense. Yeah, Rico is better than Bianca then.
Yeah, because he had to do the 100. He had to get the hit. Oh, Schmittd. Okay, he's good.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, good save.
All good. So Bread, this does put him at 10 from 1. Oh, he just clicked it, so I would hope so.
Yep. Looks like Libre doing Rico 6, probably catching up on the 10 from 1. Needs to do a hundos and 7.
Ooh, Rico's 7 hundos. Interesting. That would be very interesting, actually.
Or even a 6 hundos.
6 hundo, yeah. Why not? So Briguy, probably gonna do lily pad.
Yep, now done with Penna for sure. So off to Serena or lily pad would help to open Serena.
Libre is going to Pinna, so we see a massive. This is a huge route deviation from what Bread's been doing. So
This might be bosses.
it would have to be, yeah. That's like the only
Right.
thing this play could reasonably be. There's a chance that Schmidt's the Noki guy.
Schmittd in Ep3 at 10 blues, needs 2 more. And then needs to clip down. Actually, this is, yeah, do a door clip here, and then you can get 2 blues and grab the pineapple. That was an insane angle to clip at.
Bry not life routing from the smoke on the beach, but that's alright. I'll just have to have a team meeting.
Oh, yeah, that blue doesn't exist in this room in episode 3. Sorry, Schmittd. You have to find a different one. Oh, bro, take the pineapple. Unless he already rode Yoshi. He might have already ridden Yoshi. I was not paying attention.
I was also not paying attention.
Well, Yoshi's not unlocked. Schmittd taking a...
Okay, so this actually does not work, I believe, because when the second... I've actually tried this before. The second you change floors, for some reason the banana disappears. So if he's going to go down to get the pineapple, it'll be gone. I did not see if he rode Yoshi, though. I'm going to assume he did, just by the way he's playing the game right now.
Yoshi should have been stayed unlocked, though. So,
Maybe
I
he
don't
dropped him
know.
in the water? Oh, well, Ogus died. Should be back. I'm gonna have to add your audio again. I don't know why that happens. My internet drops sometimes. So.
Breadghost finished 4 hiddens with 2 Bianca... Not 2...
Okay.
Now 2 Bianca hiddens. Schmittd did Serena and apparently 7 pipes. Serena 3 plus Pianta 3 plus, I think there was a slide in there, so that's 7. I think he did slide. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I did see a beach pipe. So Schmitt is the Noki guy here, which is very interesting for Libre's 6 bosses play. So I guess he's gonna have to do Manta.
Manta would be, well, no, because he still needs the other blooper.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I actually am not too sure what he's doing in Pinna at this point. I might be out of ideas.
I'm gonna try and go back and see if I could find if Schmitt rode Yoshi or not. Briguy notably gonna go grab the pineapple and go ride Yoshi.
My guess is that Schmitt dropped Yoshi into the water and it just respawned. I could be wrong. Briguy exiting
But
area.
Yoshi doesn't die in the water in the hotel, though.
Okay, I'll go on my phone. You comment. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't know if Schmitt has past broadcasts enabled.
Oh, I was gonna go on the Sunshine community, although I don't really see a VOD for.
Oh, that works too.
You know what? It might.
I'll be a believer.
We'll just have to. Maybe we'll like watch after and we'll figure it out.
The Libre finishing up Pinna 3. We have the Noki players, both in Noki 1. Briguy trading in 40. Needs to still ride Yoshi and Pianta, which I think is next, or maybe after Noki Blues. Yeah, Briguy also into Noki now.
Yeah, I am unable to determine whether Schmitt rode Yoshi or not.
Oh, Sunshine Community VODs don't auto-publish.
Yeah,
Okay.
neither do Schmidt. So we're
It's
just
gonna be a post-match thing.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to like look after. It is kind of hard.
Schmitt still needs to go back to Pianta though, anyways, and never did Pinna, so there is that. Though I think Libre is now going to be the Pinna 5 guy.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's a little bit of a mistake. I could be not thinking about something, but I do think this probably helps Bread and Bry a little bit.
Why is Bread going over here?
Hidden.
Hidden. Okay, that makes sense.
Technically, this could have been done in Noki 2, but whatever. It's not a huge deal.
Is Bread not in Noki 2?
Oh, is he not? Or is he? Okay, I think he's the Noki. Sorry, Bread.
I'm pretty sure Bread's in Noki 2.
I knew that. Bread is a non-lockout player. He knows.
Bry traded exactly 40, so nice coin count. Should have 60, and we'll get 20 from 2 and 20 Noki at the same time.
Yeah, I gotta say, Bry and Bread, I feel like their micro routing is like kind of on point here. Like that's kind of wild. Bry's gonna end at exactly 60 blues while getting 20 from 2.
8 from 2, 6 hiddens. Right, because Bread did 2 from Rico, 2 from Bianco, no hidden, and then I think Samshine and Gelato.
Oh wait, did Schmitt like realize he didn't ride Yoshi in Serena, and now Libre is reacting to that play by? I actually don't know.
No idea. Ooh, Schmitt, big fall.
Wait, because now Libre is doing Pinna 5 from the back coverless, even though Schmitt had it open. Wait, what? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Notably, both Pinna 5 from the back coverless players are not doing Maestro Rat, so and malding.
I don't know.
I'm not really malding, but it's there. It saves 3 seconds.
I once found a 120 strat that saved. I tell the story all the time. It saves 2 seconds, or it saves like 1.5 seconds. I came up with the idea and someone made it better, and then we pinged all the 120 runners who were like running at the time, and not a single one implemented it. I'm a little salty to this day, but it's all right.
Bread with defeat all 3 Goober Boober bosses. Briguy continuing on the Noki grind. Should be at 12 coins here. Well over 12 coins.
Yeah.
Yep. Looking to go for a 20 and 1, which
Deathline also made
kind
a
of
route.
sucks.
Deathline also has a route for this.
I did route it. I made 2 routes, and they both suck because there's a lot of work involved in doing 20 and 1. Bry's doing the sketchy hover rocket method.
Okay.
Oh, not off the triple jump. Dive? Okay, great save.
Part of me feels like that should not have worked, but I'm glad it did.
Okay, nice. And now I just get the vases and McDip. Libre done with Penna. Did something and save warped. Has a. Why does Libre have a 59 shine?
All episodes plus
Oh,
a Delfino shine? I don't know.
interesting.
Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like Libre and Schmidt's route just like they were very close to Brett and Bry for the first like 40 minutes, but like there's just the deviation. I feel like it's just gone a little too rough for them.
Libre opening up Serena with Yoshi, jumping into Bianco here. Probably ride Yoshi and Bianco.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's
60 total blues for Bry.
I guess it's not like the. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if they like planned this from the beginning or just like something made them pivot. I guess is kind of my.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible for Libre since he can do Rico 8, right?
Sure.
Kind of sucks with the Reliant Fruit Machine, but because like there's still Gelato Hundos, right? Which is a pretty big time sink, and then 35 lives at some point, though. I think Bry's probably going to go start life grinding here. Ride Yoshi 3 levels. That is correct for Bry.
So probably
Currently, the goals is 21 to 13. Pink team leading. Bry ditching Yoshi. Said, screw you. Don't need you anymore.
Sometimes you just want to do Yoshi skip.
20 Noki, 20 from 2, and 60 total triple click from Schmittd now, bringing it up to 21 to 14. Yeah, overall, I think Brian Bread routed this really effectively.
Yeah, I'm actually very impressed. Like, they're gonna be like ending at the nearish times.
Because this should be a double click for Bread, and then whoever can do Gelato Hundos faster, I guess, between the two of them. Since Brian has to spend probably a little bit of time grinding lives here, probably more than what Bread's going to take finishing this up, so.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I don't think there's a way that Brett and Bry could have routed this better. I think they actually routed this basically perfectly, unless there's like
No cutscene skip, but that's okay.
Bry erasing the spawns for the stews.
I think that's fine as long as you leave two, right? Because sometimes it gets kind of annoying if you're spawning so many and they're all just like kind of smacking you. My strat though is I just run in really big circles around the platform.
Yeah, I guess it's fine.
So yeah, big double click there for Bread. Should be Gelato Hundo's time now.
Yeah. I am very impressed by what Bread and Bry brought to the table here.
Gotta say, I was a pretty big doubter of this card, but this card is looking to be sub 1 pace, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, that's like on 3.0 as well. So this might actually be a world record pace technically. Not like it's like some hugely hotly contested category or anything, but there is
Schmittd marking 12 Noki blues because did not mark that.
Yeah.
Man, Piano 5 life grind. It's so fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
30 to 25.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, I guess Brett needs a good gelato 100s, which is not.
I mean, Bry could probably race him in Gelato 2 hundos after this, right? Because Bry did Gelato 1.
Oh, true, yeah. He could even, like, stop at 33 lives.
I
30.
mean, you could do 32, right? Because cash
Yeah.
register.
Granted, that is. It would feel a little greedy, even though it's not. You just don't feel like doing
There's
that.
no real reason to do that when you're doing Piano 5 life command.
Yeah. Alright.
Takes like 5 seconds to get a life cycle.
Yeah. This is looking
Yeah,
like
there's 35 exactly.
should be Brian Breads unless like Bread dies in Gelato
Bread
100s.
does Gelato 1 hundos in the secret and dies and pulls a tray.
Someone who's been ILing Gelato 100s for this tournament. You know what? I'm just
Honestly, Bry might straight up catch up here.
he
Like,
might.
Gelato 2 hundos is so much better than Gelato 1 hundos. It sucks so bad, bro.
I think also because Bread does not know the modern like route, which is fine. I don't think a lot of people.
You have to get like almost all the cataquacks on the beach, right? It's like
Yeah,
almost
yeah, yeah.
like all but like two or something, or like one.
Well, if you don't, you have to get all the cataquacks. If you don't, you have to get like the tightrope coins.
Sucks.
Yeah, I don't think Bread like knows.
I would not say Brett is the most practiced Gelato 1 hundo player, but I don't think anyone is really.
I have been ILing it recently, trying to get world record for it, but Warspy has like Warspy of all people who like never does bingo ILs has like world record, and I'm like, I'm trying to beat it, but I can't because I'm bad. Anyway, to anyone who watched this restream, thank you, and I apologize.
Libre working on the Rico hundos now. I don't know if Libre is an 8. If Libre is an 8, that would be kind of big brain because you could also ride Yoshi here.
Yeah, I mean he has to be careful because of a sewer glitch. I don't know if he has that or not.
Why would that matter? Oh, I guess getting the durian over there.
Yeah, I've made that mistake before in bingo adjacent categories.
Bread with a 30 coin lead over Bry, but Bry has a significantly easier coins ahead of him.
Yeah, Bread is Bread. Come on,
Struggling.
it's all good.
Like that footprint sand dune like literally saves like 15 seconds alone in Gelato 2 hundos versus Gelato hundos. Like those 6 coins is like crazy.
Yeah. You do not need to get like if you need to get like some people get like 2 of the rope coins, which I think is fine, but you do not need to get all of them.
Bry has almost caught up to Bread.
He has now caught up to Bread. I think he actually does win this, yeah. Yeah, Gelato 2 has like such an insane like there's crazy amounts of coins in Gelato 200s.
It's so easy too, right? You just have to suffer the 30-second cutscene. Like that's the worst part about it. But Libre getting terrible fruit machine RNG.
The week of Yakuza begins today. Everyone, sorry.
Braga got scammed on ropes. Libre does have sewer glitch active.
Yeah, well, he's fine. He can. Oh no, he's not fine.
Libre is a nowhere though. He knows that you can just spray. Oh, that Durkin's gone, bro. Oh, it might be down there.
No,
yeah, it might be down there. Oh, okay. Well, he landed on it. That's just so unlucky.
Yeah.
Briguy basically caught up to Bread now.
Bryce should win this unless like I don't know something happens.
All right, because there's no coin stacks in Gelato 1, right?
There are. You have to use the cataquacks to.
Or they're like less or whatever.
There are 3.
Oh, okay. They're still there. I don't know anything about Gelato because I hate Gelato.
This is gonna be close.
Bread needs one extra coin stack. Rye just needs to grab the cap
Briguy
quack
has
and get
this,
over
yeah.
there. All right. Well, Bry's spawning the shine first.
Always a good
Libre, you're so
feeling
sweet,
when
buddy.
like you guys finish your routes this closely.
Oh, did that get up there? That was a crazy kick. Then let's go,
Stop.
Libre.
All right,
Getting
GG.
bodied. Bry is getting bodied right now. That is a GG.
Gotta say that was actually a very very impressive showing from Brian Bread. Like I don't think they could have played that better.
Breadghost with the BG because Breadghost Bry guy. The double BG team.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. So Schmitt and Libre do have the option to finish it out if they would like. It's kind of up to them. It seems like they've given up. Technically, in non-lockouts, you can keep playing, but it is late for a lot of people, so I'll leave it up to them. But I don't think they're playing anymore. Yeah.
Hello, Breadghost and Bry guy. Congratulations on your victory.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Schmidt and GG's on the match.
GG's.
Thanks.
GG's.
So first off, sorry that you had to play on 3.0. Bad pass.
Yeah, I noticed like within like
Yeah.
a minute of us starting, like, oh wait a minute, there's 10 from 1 on here. This is not right.
Is this old patch or new patch?
This is the old patch.
This is
I recognized it like immediately. I was like, as soon as Bry said, "Oh wait, it's Ride Yoshi in 3 levels," I was like, I thought we got rid of that goal.
4.0 is approved for tournament play, but there were things going on to get this match set up, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. They routed better than us, so.
Yeah, that's kind of our main takeaways. Like Bread, we thought Bread and Bry routed this basically perfectly. Like I didn't see anything that could have been better, to be completely honest with you.
So what did y'all do?
So my route was 2 Serena whenevers, a bunch of Piano Shines, Gelato 1, and then I did Beach Shine, which I guess if I knew the timings optimally, I could have done Gelato hundreds right then, but we didn't know. And then through Pinna, and then my Yoshis were like Pinna, Pianta, Serena. And the blues worked out so perfectly to where you get exactly 40 blues before Noki and like have 16 shines. So like I didn't have to finish Serena 3, and yeah, that worked out quite well. And to have exactly 7 pipes.
Yeah, and then I just kind of did the deep Bianca Rico play with
Having
Noki at the end.
Pianta Penna person just ignore Yoshi is probably the way to go, because I did Pianta Penna into Serena, which in hindsight was not the play.
I did the same exact thing.
That's basically what I did, yeah.
Oh, you did? But did you get Yoshi? I mean.
Yeah.
Oh. But you did
Bry,
whenevers first? I guess I probably did some extra.
Yeah, Bry did a couple whenevers first.
Delfinos.
Yeah, I did
probably
2
ended up doing
whenevers.
extra
But like they weren't the
Yeah.
fastest ever, and if you just replace them with fast Delfino Shines, it's like not that much worse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the click we were most confused about was Libre clicking Pinna 5 from the back coverless.
Well, I just left that because I realized I would have enough shines because I still needed to get. We were planning on me getting Serena Blues and I got Lily Pad, and to get all that, it ended up just adding to having all the shines I needed to get into Noki. So we were like, we'll just save that for later because Libre was going to get our Yoshis anyways. That was our plan, was for him to do Yoshi.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I had deep
I did-
Bianco and Rico unlocked,
Yeah.
and all I
I had not gone
I
deep
rode
enough
Yoshi.
in Pianta.
I rode Yoshi, then
Yeah.
I entered Pinna 5 from the back, safe work to Bianco and Rico.
I think that's the main swap between our routes, where we sent the Rico Bianco person into deep Noki, and then they got to ignore Pinna completely.
And
like
Blues.
I as
didn't pick
the
up.
Serena Pianta Pinna person.
Yeah,
didn't
we
pick
kind of
up
doubled up
Just
on
went to-
Yoshi, which is definitely the mistake.
Bread
Gotcha.
actively avoiding blues and Rico hundreds, despite it probably just being faster to just pick it up and mash through the
I
text
know.
box anyways.
Yeah. And then I fell.
Okay, that makes more sense for Libre then, because like Jeff and I had a moment where like, oh my god, does Schmitt like ride Yoshi in Serena 3? Because we really thought you were still going to be the Yoshi guy at that point, and we're like, I don't know, hope that works out. And then we were like, why is Libre going all the way to Pen 5? This makes no sense.
Yeah, just because we both could end up doing it because we were planning on him doing Yoshi's since it would be
Yeah.
available
Yeah.
in Bianco Gelato anyways. That was the mistake instead of me realizing it would have been way better to
Yeah.
just do it in Pianta Serena.
Well, originally when we were planning out, we left ride Yoshi for 3 worlds for whoever has the better
Yeah.
access. But I was thinking maybe my lockout brain rot, and I was like, I have like Rico and Bianco access to ride Yoshi in 3 worlds. I'm gonna just do it, you know.
Yeah.
That's what.
I think-
so. Yeah, we didn't know who was gonna do it at the beginning.
Yeah. I think Brian and I's general routing strategy just kind of worked out for this card because we kind of what we do at the beginning is we kind of like find the goal that anyone could do at the end, which was Gelato 100 on this card. There's usually one that just doesn't fit with anything else, and
Yeah,
we
we
just
did
kind
the
of
same.
save it.
If I didn't spend
Yeah.
too much time maybe in Rico 100 in episode 8 while getting Yoshi, I could have maybe done Gelato 100 at the end in Gelato 2, and then I was going to do my last boss in Manta instead of Wiggler. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then do live routing, but then by then, when I was messing around in Rico, I noticed that y'all were too far ahead for me to do anything.
Yeah, at the end, Bread had like a minute lead on Briguy doing Gelato 100s versus Gelato 200s, and then Bry still ended up winning by like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I
Well,
had
they're
rote
about a minute
moments.
different,
I would've
right?
won it.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. I think neither of us
Yeah.
did it optimally. I got too many extra coins. Like I don't think I needed to go down.
I think technically you also could have saved like 5 or 7 seconds in Pianta. You could have
Yeah.
skipped a life cycle and got the 2 out of the 100.
Yeah.
for
So I
35.
wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how far along Bread was, and
Yeah.
like if I was gonna actually finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Time, right?
In
So,
our
like,
in our
extra few
call,
seconds.
the Gelato 100s race was like 1 second. Like as soon as I got my shine when he
That's crazy.
clicked. So yeah, that was kind of funny. If I didn't have the rope moments, I would have beat him. But it's fine.
Yeah.
I think like optionally though, I replaced my route or my beach shine with Gelato 100s,
Yeah.
and then like sort of
I
routed
mentioned that.
lives
I actually did
better
mention
along
that.
the way.
Definitely did mention that.
What's that?
Yeah.
I did mention that because I
Yeah.
saw because there was a little bit of Delfino from both teams, and I was like,
Yeah.
you could probably replace that with some goals or level shines, but like
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
like Gelato hundreds could probably fit in whenever, so it's probably
Yeah.
I
best just
did
put it
not
later.
do any Delfinos. I did Gelato
Yeah.
1 secret.
Yeah. This is like the
Yeah,
first
the
card I've
logic
seen in a
there
very
with,
long
like,
time.
With like I'll pay 30 seconds to have this goal open for Bread to do, like, because if I do it then and then I end up being the person who like takes longer on their route, then Bread just sits there with it for a few minutes with nothing to do at the
for
end.
sure.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen a card with like no Delfino at all in a long
Yeah.
time.
No.
It's like just lily pad and that's it.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
But yeah, I guess we will probably wrap up the restream unless you guys have any other questions or comments or.
No,
I'm
GG's.
good.
We'll play.
GG's.
Yep.
Let's roll the correct patch next time. So we don't have to do Ride Yoshi in 3 levels. That was a
Yeah.
terrible
Yeah, that
goal.
would be nice, I guess.
Also
It'll be
at,
nice to play on Deathline's patch.
at Bingothon,
Thanks.
please accept our patch, please. Anyways, have a good night. Sorry for the cursed restream. Thanks for everyone for playing, and we will
We're
see-
rating
Thank you, everybody.
SB,
Makes sense.
except I
Be electric.
typed it wrong. Electric.
Speeve.
There we go.
How's he going
Okay,
on?
we're rating SB Electric, so go give SB some love. I think they're doing a single 120 run tonight.
That's gonna be like single bingo.
We will be
what?
back later this week, probably, hopefully, maybe. Until next time, bye bye.